In today's video, I'm gonna give y'all the 6 things you need to become a millionaire.
Blessings and love, kings and queens, blessings and love. Praying that this message is reaching you in the best of health while I'm sending you my blessings and love. Because somebody woke up dead today, and it most definitely was not you. It was not you.
Every time I close my eyes, I see your face. It's still hard to realize you had to leave this place. For us to one day reunite, be my saving grace. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's hard to keep.
I'm on a mission to do whatever it takes to live the life of my dreams. And I want to help other people live the life of their dreams as well. So click the subscribe button and grow with me as I document my dream saving journey.
Blessings and love, future millionaires. Blessings and love. Welcome to the Grow with Dirt channel. I am Antoine Dirt the Dream Saver Johnson, the world's #1 dream saver, and this is another segment of 0 to a Million. In today's video, I'm gonna give y'all the 6 things you need to become a millionaire. But before we get started, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video out. Let's get it. I know y'all probably thinking, how can you tell me how to be a millionaire? You ain't a millionaire yet, as of the recording of this video. And you're absolutely right. I am not a millionaire yet, but I have the faith to be a millionaire. I have the faith that I'm going to be a millionaire. And that's the #1 first thing you need is faith. You need faith. You got to believe it. Because if you don't believe that you're destined for it, if you don't believe that you're capable of, if you don't believe that you're going to make it happen, then it ain't going to happen. I know you heard before, you got to believe it before you can achieve it. Well, yeah, believe it. And if you got things in your circle, things in your life that aren't symbolic of that or aren't a representation of that, you got to hold down deep down inside that you're still destined for that, that you can change that situation, that you can change that circumstance. I was there. I always knew that I was going to be a millionaire since like a young child, a young man. And I almost was starting to go crazy and insane because I've had those deep burning feelings, deep burning desires to be financially free, to be wealthy and all of these things. But the environment that I was living in, the life that I was living wasn't going to produce that. It wasn't going to make that happen. So for me to have that burning desire and that burning feeling and the faith and the confidence, but not seeing how it was going to come to fruition was almost driving me crazy and insane. But I never lost the faith. I thought it may have been a lotto. I thought it may have been real estate. I thought it may have been any other venture outside of myself. But once I realized that, you know what, I got to make this happen, I then had the faith to know that, hey, you can make this happen. So I'm destined to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire, and I have the faith to do so. So yeah, that's the first thing. And another reason that I'm confident that I'm going to be a millionaire is because I did something that I want to recommend that you guys do. On top of having that faith, you need to surround yourself with what you want to become. I mean, I know that may be hard. I know you may be like, how can I do that if none of the people around me are millionaires, none of my friends are millionaires, none of my family members are millionaires that I know of, or I'm not in that vicinity? Well, one of the ways you can immediately put yourself around millionaires is start changing what you follow on social media. Start changing what you put into your brain. Like me, I knew I wanted to become a millionaire, and they always say you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around most. So the first thing I did was I included myself into a millionaire's mindset, meaning I stopped following a lot of the things that wasn't productive to where I was trying to go. So a lot of the just entertainment pages, I stopped following those and I started following mindset pages. I started following finance pages. I started following people who actually were millionaires. I started reading books. I started to just join clubs. And then the biggest caveat that I did is I joined the Millionaires program. A lot of these millionaires, a lot of people who have success have actually created programs or created groups or created things where you can join them and kind of instill their thinking or instill their mindset of how they got there into your everyday life. That's a thing I want to tell y'all to help y'all, that will help you build the faith, is to start incorporating millionaire mindsets, millionaire habits. There's so many books out there that millionaires wrote about how they did it. So read a book. If you want to become a millionaire, study from millionaires. Just like people who want to become doctors, they go to doctor school. They go to learn from other doctors. They get trained about how they became doctors and things that they learned along the way. So if you really want to be financially free, Go study from people who are financially free. So the first thing is faith, and do those things that help you get faith. The second thing you're going to need, is I kind of alluded on that already, is mindset. You have to have the proper mindset to become a millionaire. And I'm going to speak on that firsthand because I've already told you that I've always felt deep down inside that I was destined to be a millionaire, that I was just knew that it was going to come somehow. I just felt it, always felt it in my heart and my soul, but I didn't have a millionaire mindset. I did not have a millionaire mindset. I had an employee mindset. And unfortunately, many people with employee mindsets won't become millionaires. That's just the reality of it. Like I want to trade time for money mindset. Now I want to trade value for money. And that's one of the biggest blocks that I could ever break through. And I want to help as many people as I can break through that block. I always wanted the next higher paying hourly salary. So, okay, I started off at 15, then I wanted 17, then I wanted 19. And as long as I was trading time for money, I was always going to be behind. There's only so much time in a day. If you're ready to do whatever it takes to build the life of your dreams, but just need a little help or a supporting community to help you get there, join the Dream Savers Dream Saving Program. There's a bunch of people out there who need this service. I needed it, and that's why I created it. Go to www.dreamsaversllc.com. That's www.dreamsaversllc.com and click the Save My Dreams link. So if you're trading time for money, you already capped out. There's already a cap on what you can do. So once I broke through that trading time for money mentality and started wanting to trade value for money, it forced me to want to increase my value. Okay, like if I'm gonna get paid based upon my value now, not based upon my time, dang, that's unlimited income potential right there if you think about it. So how much more valuable can I be? So that's one of the things about mindset, and it's also about spending habits. You need to check on that. Like, okay, well, what is my relationship with money? What is my mindset with money? And where did that come from? Do I have a lack mentality? Do I have a abundance mentality? Do I have a poverty mentality? What is my mentality when it comes to money? Like straight up, you really need to ask yourself them real questions. Why do you buy certain things, or why don't you buy certain things, or why does certain things make you feel this way when you do buy them? You really need to start tracking your money, start tracking your finances, start seeing where your money going, start putting your money to work. One of the biggest mistakes I was making this mentality wise too is once I earned some money, I spent it. I didn't put the money back to work. You got to get your money to work for you and find out different ways to employ your money. I would work for the money, get the money, then just go spend the money on bills, food, clothes, whatever else. And then it wasn't bringing back none of its friends. So you have to develop a mindset that your money has to create more money. Straight up, your money has to create more money. The third thing you need is discipline. The number 3 thing you're going to need is discipline. And I say that that's the most important thing, to be honest with you. But you got to go down the list: faith, mentality, then discipline. And I say discipline because you need to have money discipline. You need to have spending discipline. You need to have discipline upon your actions. You need to make sure that you're going to do what you need to do. Me, I used to get complacent. I didn't have discipline at all. I had discipline to get up and go to work, be to work on time. But I didn't have discipline to do the things for myself outside of work. I didn't have discipline to look into reading books about financial freedom. I didn't have discipline to look into books about investing. I was so tired from working 80 to 100 hours a week. Let me rest. Let me kick it. Let me have fun. I just burnt out. But that was my mindset and my mentality. Like I said, I did not have a millionaire's mentality. So once I developed the millionaire's mentality, it wanted to put me into millionaire type of discipline. Like, hold on. Now that I understand that I wasn't thinking like a millionaire, I wasn't acting like a millionaire, I need to develop different disciplines. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Jim Rohn. So yeah, I had to work on that. So you definitely, you got goals of being a millionaire. You desire to be a millionaire. That discipline needs to be on point. For real. That's very huge. Number 4 is products, service, or skills. What product, service, or skills are you offering to the market to be able to get this money? You're going to need a product, service, or a skill that you can scale, that is very valuable to people, that is going to help them income or help you income money. So a product meaning like if you got whatever products you got, okay, does the market need it? Is it valuable? Okay, you got to have that. Service. What service do you have? What service do you offer? Is it valuable? Is it needed? You definitely got to have one of those. Or what skill? What skill do you offer? Like, are you a good trader? Are you good at real estate investment? That's a skill. Are you good at finding good undervalued companies? That's a skill. Are you good at plumbing? Are you good? That's a skill. And it's a service. Are you good at, you starting to see where I'm going? Like some of these skills can also be services, can also be products. So if your skill is, I'm a great plumber, I know how to plumb, that's your service. Your skill is plumbing, your service is being a plumber. But you can also offer value by helping other plumbers or giving advice or giving game or actually consulting with if you're an expert in your field, you can consult with other up and coming plumbers. You can teach and give curriculum and give game about, okay, how you started your plumbing business, how you started your plumbing career, or where did you go? Because up and coming people are going to look for their mentor. Remember I was saying earlier about getting with millionaires? Like I wasn't a millionaire, so I needed millionaire mentors. So whatever field or whatever skill or whatever thing you're going to be an expert in, there's going to be people behind you that may look up or may relate to you, that may want you to be their mentor in that field. So there's many different ways that you can give your value through your skills, service, or product. If you'd like to purchase yourself or your child a copy of this book, 4 Years to Life, which will help you build the life of your dreams and will help you develop those blueprints, go to www.4yearstolife.com. www.4yearstolife.com. So the fifth thing you're going to need is structure. I just told you about all of those products, systems, and services. You're going to need a structure that allows them to operate in a great flowing way. You're going to need systems in place. You're going to need a structure in place that has all of your businesses and stuff on autopilot. You're going to need to be able to eventually replace yourself so you can scale. As long as you're doing everything and you're always, you don't have time to think about, okay, how can I expand this product? How can I expand this business? How can I expand this service? If you're always the one doing all the work. So another thing you're going to need, like I said, is great structure within your business, within your service, within your company. You're going to need some type of structure that allows you to scale it to another level. Because if you're making 100,000 or you're making 10,000 or you're making 1,000 consistently, and you're making that 1,000 consistently, how do you scale it to 10,000? If you're the one just doing all the work to make the 1,000. If you are doing everything to make that 1,000, it's all about you, then how are you going to get to 10,000 if you're doing all the work? How are you going to think about how you're going to get this company to another place? How are you going to get your business to another place if you're doing all the day-to-day stuff? So you have to put a structure in place that allows you to eventually remove yourself that will operate with who you plug in. As long as they can be taught and trained, they need to be able to be plugged in so that you can scale to think about, okay, I need to be able to move on to a different venture or move on to a different area to build that up. So structure is very, very key and important to becoming a millionaire. You have to have some type of structure in place. And last but not least, number 6 is consistency. You have to be consistent. And that may be the hardest one. But if you have great discipline, it will not be. Consistency is key because you need to be able to consistently do all of those steps, do all of those things in order to grow to be a millionaire. You can't do it great one week and then next week, oh, I made 100,000 last week, so I'm gonna take this week off. No, you have to keep that momentum going. You have to keep that consistency going. And if you don't have no sales, you have to keep the consistency going to get the sales. You can't be in such of in your feelings, sort of say. You have to have the discipline to be consistent. You have to have the discipline to do what you need to do, regardless of what's happening around you, regardless of what the world is trying to throw at you. You have to be able to be consistent. And one of the things that I was struggling with was consistency, for sure. Like I wasn't consistently making content. I wasn't consistently dropping these YouTube videos. I wasn't consistently putting videos on Instagram or Facebook or all other social medias. I was not consistent. I wasn't even consistent about my reading. I wasn't consistent about my growth. I was sporadic. Like some days I would do good, some days I wouldn't. I was operating off feeling and emotion as opposed to just operating off discipline. So now I'm leading more towards operating off discipline, and watch how the consistency grows. All right, so let's recap. The 6 things you need to become a millionaire. The first thing is faith. Talked about that. Mindset. Talked about that. Discipline. Talked about that. Product, service, or skill. Talked about that. The structure to scale that product, service, or skill. Talked about that. And consistency. Got to have all 6. I'm pretty sure there are other things and other elements that go into that, but that's what I'm feeling like is the top 6 things that you need to become a millionaire. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of 0 to a Million. I love y'all all day, every day, and every time zone. Out. See y'all in the millionaire status.
Blessings and love, kings and queens. Blessings and love. Praying that this message is reaching you in the best of health while I'm sending you my blessings and love. Because somebody woke up dead today, and it most definitely was not you. It was not you.
Every time I close my eyes, I see your face. It's still hard to realize you had to leave this place. For us to one day reunite, be my saving grace. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's hard to keep.
I'm on a mission to do whatever it takes to live the life of my dreams. And I want to help other people live the life of their dreams as well. So click the subscribe button and grow with me as I document my dream saving journey.